5 years of this. I can't believe it's been 5 years, to be entirely honest with you guys. But yeah, this is. I did an entirely different intro not too long ago, and I thought it was like 8 minutes of me just yapping. Was not really all that fun. But I will go ahead and say this kind of like in a more condensed fashion, if I had to say. But I only started this because I was a rebellious little shit against my parents, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do YouTube. I bought my own computer. I'm Billy Badass now. I started it back on my sophomore year of high school, and just did it for shits and gigs. I started out speedrunning, and then I kind of fell out of it. And then I did Let's Plays, kind of fell out of that. And now I'm doing horror Let's Plays. Kind of. But I'm planning on transitioning how content will work soon. But I will explain at the end of the video. So if you guys want to hear me yap on longer, just stay to the end of the video. And besides, I would really appreciate it. It helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe. You know, if you want to be here for my 10-year anniversary when I'm crippling old and in debt, then, like, do that. Because that'd be sick as fuck. Noted. Anyways, got a couple questions here I asked on Twitter, Discord, and a couple other places from my buds and a couple other people. Some people did not put in their tag or their handle as I had asked them to. I guess some people can't read, and if you can't, that's fine. I'm not ableist or anything, but I feel like simple instructions are right there. Anyways, so one of my buds, Ace, says, what keeps you motivated to keep going? Been on the line of burnout and want multiple POVs. Well, as I explained earlier before this video, I had mentioned that it's just, I don't know. I mean, there's multiple things I could say. It could just say, oh, well, it's just me playing video games, so it's simple as that, and I just like creating things. Or I could say something that's like, I just like putting out a lot of content for people to enjoy. Or I could say something along the lines of, it's just what makes me happy, and I feel like if I don't do it, then I'm unsatisfied with myself. I could say many things, but if I were to kind of like mesh them all into one, into a more fleshed out, not so simple answer, so I fully explain and give a good reasoning and answer, I would say that just passion. And that sounds really corny and really cringe, but passion. Like I said, I was a rebellious little shit, and I had the plans of being the next Markiplier, the next Corey Kinch, the next Dan TDM. I loved watching those people growing up and seeing how them growing and growing and growing and pursuing their passion more and more instead of just, oh yeah, I could post out a video and get a couple bands off this. Yeah, let's do that. Instead of just letting the fame get to them, they were actually passionate to keep working for themselves, and it kind of bettered them as a person and made them realize that people enjoy their content not just because of the contents of what they were playing, but because of them. And I could say different things for Markiplier, because I mean, Markiplier did get really big due to Five Nights at Freddy's. I feel like without it, he still would have been able to do good on his own. He has the type of energy and humor to continue what he does now. Probably not as big, do not get me wrong, but he'd be pretty damn close to where he is now if it wasn't for Five Nights at Freddy's. I think, personally, because of how he is as a person. And like with Unis Honest, we all loved Unis Honest. It was a great passion project for him, and without anything that has to do Five Nights at Freddy's this, Five Nights at Freddy's that, it did pretty good. It did really good, and we got to see Mark for who he was for a year, and I feel like put that energy into the content that he makes now, minus Five Nights at Freddy's, I think he still would have been great. But what I'm trying to get at is just the energy that people come for, not for the game, not for the specific content that you're doing, not, oh, I did this challenge. They're doing it because they want to watch you, because you have your own twist on things. Everyone's perspective is different. Everyone has their own opinions, and they want to hear it from your side more than anything else. And I feel like if people keep on watching you to a point where they favor your opinion over other people's playthroughs or your playthrough because you do it differently, I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like that you've done something properly to get yourself a name that people want to reach out for, you know? Because it's like, I haven't seen many people play Secret of the Mimic or whatever when it came out, and I immediately was like, oh, let's go watch Astral Spiff. I love Astral Spiff. Shout out him. He's another one that's big inspiration to me as of recently. I didn't start watching him until like beginning of 2025, but he's definitely someone that makes me look back and think I could be like that. That is something that I aspire to be, with such a great community, being able to just do what you do on your own terms and not have like people call you a knockoff and, oh well, yeah, you're just another guy. He makes his stuff original, and I love that about him a lot. But I hope that does answer your question. I don't know about the multiple POVs thing. I've not really considered that, but I mean, maybe later on in the future if I do like a challenge video or something. But like I said, I don't know. That's just a lot. That's just a lot of work to be done. But yeah. So thank you, Ace, for the question. Shout out to you. Then we have another friend of mine, Wealthy Cashier. He says, Wealthy Cashier here. Very important question. What creator, if there is a specific one, inspired you to being a YouTuber? Also, do it been left or right?
Oh, hell no.
Left. But creators like inspired me. I feel like I already answered that when I said stuff like Dan TDM, Corey Kenshin, Markiplier, but if I had to say on more recent terms, I would say, like I said, Astral Spiff. Astral Spiff's been another one. Actually no, I lied. Let me go back a little bit. Before Astral Spiff, not long around 2022, like 2022, right as Smollett got big. Definitely Smollett. He got me into speedrunning, and then I started doing some other things like that. So that's kind of like kicked off the channel. Just speedrunning. A lot of speedrunners, but I can't really name them all. I don't remember most of them. I do know Smollett, of course. But watching him do Super Mario Odyssey, I was like, oh yeah, let's get into speedrunning. Look at speedrun.com, and I realized there was categories for literally everything. I mean, I'm like, oh, I can do whatever I want, and that'd be my thing. And I do currently hold 2 world records now. I don't think if I would have watched Smollett, I don't think I would have like put myself into a position where I'm like, yeah, let's do this. But yeah, I have 2 world records now, and I've been running Poppy Playtime for a little bit. I have it here recently because I fucking hate it, but I've been doing that, and that's been cool. So Smollett, Markiplier, Corey Kenshin, Astral Spiff as a recent. I hope that does answer your question. I did explain deeply onto why Corey and Mark, because of their personalities and how it like changes them as a person, and how it helps them grow for their own self-esteem and whatnot. And then Astral Spiff due to creativity, and Smollett just because introduced me to the whole genre that I fucking love to death, speedrunning. Like, I love speedrunning. Okay, we got ourselves another question from Wealthy. It says, hi, it's Wealthy Cashier again. Forgot to ask, is there a specific game that you'd really want to have blow up on your channel if you could choose? Also, left or right? Let me check one last time. Just for good measure. Left. I don't know, you're freak. If I wanted a specific game blow up on my channel, well, I'm not exactly too sure about that. Because I play a lot of games. I really do. And, like, I would say something like, oh, Five Nights at Freddy's. But it doesn't take hard for Five Nights at Freddy's to blow up on your channel. Let's be entirely honest. But, I mean, there's so much that you can do with Five Nights at Freddy's. But then again, in the same sense, you kind of can't because everyone's already done it, you know? And there's just, like, there's so many things I would like to do. There's so many games out there I would love to blow up on my channel. Like I said, there's Five Nights at Freddy's, specifically stuff like Security Breach, Secret of the Mimic. That all those would be pretty nice. There's Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 did blow up on my channel a good bit, and I kind of disliked it because it pushed people away from my horror content. If I wanted a video to blow up, a specific game, I would say something within the Fears to Fathom series, because it's like, I do a lot of just joking around for those videos, and I do like doing a lot of, try to do improv when I play a game. There's a video that is coming out soon, Captured 2. That one has a good amount of funny I like in that video. I feel like that I would like that one to blow up, but I don't want that to be the only thing that I'm known for, you know? There's a consequence when it comes to videos blowing up, because it's like, videos blow up, and people are like, oh wow, this video is great, this guy is hilarious, this is amazing, let's go see what other content he has, and he sees all the other stuff, and then they might realize, oh, he's not as funny, it's just a one and done thing. Oh, okay, one trick pony, I guess, I don't know. And then there's people that are like, oh yeah, this guy does just FNAF, okay, one trick pony, Well, I'm not saying that's like how all things are, but I'd like it if I were to get blown up for a video that I am pretty okay with being something that gets a lot of support. It's something that I specifically hope is like funny for me and not funny just for gameplay, because I make a lot of out of context jokes and I make a lot of edgy humor, and there's a lot of things that I do say that I sometimes are sitting there, I'm like, ooh, should I put that one on the YouTube? But then I remember there's people out there that are like, yeah, that's funny, yeah, I get that. And I don't know, I mean, I would say Team Fortress 2 because I play so much of it. I've almost got 2,000 hours on it, but I have a separate channel for that. I got Spider-Cake's TF2 just for Team Fortress 2 content, and I did wish that the MVM video for that channel did blow up because I have so much fun editing those. It's just me and my friends, we're yapping, we're just doing our own thing, and I would like it if stuff like that did blow up. So if I did have to choose, I would say Team Fortress 2 and specifically the MVM video for Spider-Cake's TF2. I would most definitely ask for that video blow up on that channel. But if it were be my main channel, like I said, probably something that's funny. There's the Lethal Company video, but I don't think Lethal Company is really that great anymore. But you know, I would like it, but I also was like in the middle of editing where at a time where I didn't know how audio worked properly, and it's really in your ears. But yeah, definitely the Spider Cakes TF2 and VM1. Either one, preferably the second one, because the first one's also really loud. But thank you, Wealthy, for your questions. My editor, Jay, he says, where did it go? Hang on. He says, do it jiggle. A little bit, but it's not up to the point where if I walk, it immediately just like ripples the cheek, you know? Like if I were to kind of like move around a little bit, you get a little bit of, you get a, you get a good bit. We got one from my cousin, Sebastian, also known as Mr. Crouton on my Discord server. It says here, Mr. Crouton has something very important to say. Let's check it out. Oh my fucking god. We're gonna read this entire thing. I'm sorry, guys. Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, but if Mr. Crouton has something important to say, let's check it out. Okay, well, let's see what he has to say, Sebastian. Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by an individual you assume, although you have been indeed called. You have all been called here into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you, although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there's peace and perhaps more waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole, so don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear, not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest for you and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends for all of us in communication. Thanks, Sebastian, you fucking dick. Also, one last thing. Out of our entire friend group who plays TF2, who do you think has the best possible chance to win a 1v1 against another member of the group? Their mains, their weapons, everything else that goes with that. This should be like a tier list or something. Knowing that there's a thing that's coming back and we have solely made an agreement not to do tier lists, I'm going to have to deny the final request. God, that's actually kind of a hard one. I'm not too sure. I would say EJ is definitely the best, but EJ's definitely the best out of everyone here. You're also good, but I don't really know. EJ, Heavy, Tomislav, Sandwich, and the Gru, probably. Maybe against you on Scout with, I wouldn't say, I want to say Force, but I don't know, with Force of Nature, Pretty Boys, and maybe, wait, actually, hang on, no. Force of Nature, Mad Milk, and the Rap Assassin. I don't know. I feel like that's a you thing, but I feel like that'd be a good one. Not only is EJ really fucking good at Heavy, you're also batshit insane with Scout. Even though you do mainly use it just for funnies, I feel like that you would do well. I probably would have a good runner against you, maybe as like Soldier, definitely not Spy because you're too fucking cheeky. Definitely maybe as like Soldier or Demo. Yeah, I'm not going up against EJ. EJ's too good. Cam against Cecil would probably be, I don't know. Cam's kind of an all-around kind of guy. He's kind of everywhere. He knows his way around Scout and Heavy. I would say that he's pretty good at Scout. He's not really self-aware as Heavy, unless if it's a 1v1 then obviously. But I feel like he'd be a good Scout. Cecil's also a good Scout, so that'd be a cool Scout 1v1. Maybe if it was Cecil as Engineer, but then again, the Engineer's kind of already broken. If he wasn't allowed to use his weapons, well, his Sentry, maybe he could with the Frontier Justice and a mini Sentry, yeah. But yeah, I definitely say between you against EJ is really tight, but I still think EJ would win against anybody because EJ's just fucking built like that. But yeah, thank you for the question, Sebastian. And another question. I think this is by Sebastian as well, because there's just one that just separately says Mr. Crouton. What is the first thing that you could remember that made you think, yeah, I'm gonna start creating my own music? This is gonna sound stupid, but Moan Boys. If you know, you know. I was listening to Moan Boys. One of my high school friends had introduced it to me, and he goes, "Dude, you know the do in the soup and the blurg and everybody?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know them." He goes, "Oh well, soup has like this little rap group, whatever. With this dude named Christian Concord. It's really cool. You should totally check that out, whatever." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, man, I might as well write." And it's just a bunch of random fucking songs, and I'm like, they're just rapping about whatever. He goes, "Yeah, it's so fucking funny. I love it." And like jungle specifically. I looked at it and I was like, yeah. So I downloaded BandLab. I started making random songs. My first song was Oboe, which is all deleted, by the way. All my original shit that I had published, deleted. No longer can be found. None. There's maybe a couple in like a Discord server or two, but like I no longer have access to those, and I've deleted them from the public, unless if you go look in certain Discords that are privated. But yeah, so gone. But yeah, it was a really bad. They were really ass, and I still have a good amount of originals on my BandLab that are pretty fucking bad. And I just kept on working on it for a couple years, from like 2020, 2022, because I was in like 7th grade by then. No, it wasn't. What? No, I was in 9th grade. 2020, I was in 9th grade. Yeah, it was like right around 2020 or 2021. I don't remember. I think it was like it was also my sophomore year when I started doing YouTube. Yeah, I think I did music before I did you. No, I think I did YouTube before I did music. Yeah, I did. I did my like second playthrough of Portal, and I got introduced to Moon Boys, and I'm like, I'm gonna download BandLab. I'm gonna just fuck around, and I wanted to be the next Baby No Money so fucking bad. By the way, Baby No Money's older music is so much better than his new shit. Fight me. Genuinely. You have Piccolo, you have Nursery, you have I'm gonna even say Edamami's a classic, but it's like I feel like that if you just say, "Oh, my favorite one's Edamame," you're just basic. But there's a lot of good ones. I'd rather listen to those than the new ones, in my opinion. His new ones aren't bad, but like I'd prefer those. But I wanted to be kind of like within that category, and I kind of like started introducing myself to Lil Darky, some other people like Simpra, Savage Gasp, Grimsalvo, stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I could like get loud rap and whatnot instead of just like rapping. Oh yeah, I could do a melody and I'm singing my song and yeah. I just didn't like doing that, and I was like, I can't sing anyways. And then after a couple more years at band, I was like, oh, I'm not tone deaf, but I can not figure this out for the life of me. I did have a little era where I was like, I would hum as people were like warming up, and I realized I could get in tune. I could get in tune with them, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what the fuck the note was. I still don't know how notes work. I just, I just kind of, I was kind of like hum along to it. Like when it comes to music now, that's how I still do it. I'll like figure out the sound of a song with like instruments like guitar or whatnot, and I'll be like humming against it, see what best sounds good with it, and I'm like, oh okay, yeah, cool. Let's try singing like that. Just make sure it sounds clean though, whatever. And I just like solo my vocals, layer those, and essentially yeah. But yeah, Moan Boys. Oh, and actually before Moan Boys, back in like 2014. Whoa, yeah, shocker. Back way back in the day when I was like in 4th grade. Actually it was not right around 14. It's like maybe 2015, 2016, give or take. When I was like in 4th grade, I had listened to DA Games. I Will Not Be Moved. I still listen to a lot of DA Games. I fucking love his music, even though he's kind of problematic. His music have definitely been a huge impact on me, and I hate it. I kind of hate how things turned out, but his music did help me a lot growing up, and it just sucks, you know. But listening to I Will Not Be Moved, listening to JT music drop fucking down to the bone, the Undertale rap. What was it? There was another one. He dropped the FNAF 4 rap as well. JT Machinima did back when he was called JT Machinima instead of JT Music. Nice, very nice. JT Machinima, yeah. But yeah, just like nerdcore. I grew up in nerdcore, but it was like on the gamer side of nerdcore, mainly like FNAF, Undertale, and stuff like that. And then I kind of like grew away from it, try to like actually listen to music because people thought it was fucking weird and cringe for it, and I didn't give a shit. Say Maxwell as well, The Living Tombstone, stuff like that. But then I just kind of like took a break from like listening to nerdcore, and I kind of came back again to it recently, back in like 2018. And then I was like, oh yeah, yeah, shit's lit. Okay, so people like rap about like animated stuff. And then sometime last year, I wound up meeting Damn Dahlia, and me and her are acquaintances. I don't know her all that well, so I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, yeah, she's the best. Well, she is still the best. She's lovely, and she kind of like put me into. Well, she didn't like do anything, but she kind of like made me realize I was like, there's other ways that I could be making my instead of here's a video game. Let's rap about the story of the video game. Whoa, banger. and I have worked on a secret project. I can't say this. A song is coming out on the 5th of next month, so please do keep an eye out for that. I have a feature. I have someone being featured on that song, and I am very glad that Dahlia has kind of like sat me down and be like, this is who this is, and this is who this is. Oh, you haven't heard about this? Listen to this one. I love her. She is amazing. Thank you again, Dahlia, for showing me what actual music sounds like. It's insane. But yeah. So I have a great song. It's coming out on the 5th, or it's great in my eyes. It's coming out on the 5th. So please do keep a lookout on my Spider Cakes Music channel and my Spider Cakes Music Spotify and Pandora and YouTube Music. So yes, it is coming out soon. I'm very excited for it. Please go look at it. But yeah, so mainly nerdcore and just random bullshittery. You know, just goofy stuffs. But thank you again, Sebastian, for the question. My other good friend from Flint Lockwood, Cam, or Cam Maniac, says, if you could replace one character in any form of fiction, who would be and why? You take their roles and responsibilities too. Oh god. I wanted to immediately go and say Scout from Team Fortress, but he has like how many fucking kids now? And he died, technically. I don't know. One character in any form of fiction. And fiction in general, doesn't specifically have to be video games. I wanted to say Sonic, but specifically from the comics, not the Archie comic, because we know Archie comics are fucking mid. There was like a comic, I don't remember what it was, but it was whenever, I don't remember, it's him, the walrus, and Antoine, I think his name is, whenever they get locked up at the village or something, and then it like transforms into a different story where Sally dies or something, or people think that she's dead. And people think that Sonic did it because there's like a clone or Robotnik made a metal Sonic version of him that looks pretty damn close to him. And he was like, "Oh, kill Sonic the Hedgehog. He killed Princess Sally. Whatever." But I gotta remember, there's like multiverses to that shit. Multiverses are fucking weird, bro. But no, I probably wouldn't say that. I kind of want to say there's a lot, man. There's a lot. I really don't know. Oh god, this is a really hard question. From any form of fiction too. I gotta like think about movies and stuff, and like, oh god, like I wouldn't have blanked now, but I'm blanking. I don't know, because of recent events of me getting back into Super Mario Odyssey. I'm just gonna say Mario. I mean, yeah, he's been through a lot of shit, but you gotta think about it, bro. No, actually, hold up. Let me think. Let me. I want to say Luigi, my goat. Luigi, my goat. I mean, let's be real. If it wasn't for him, Mario would not be a thing. Luigi is hella underappreciated. And have you seen his fucking Smash move set, bro? That shit's fucking lit. But yeah, I'd probably have to go like something like Luigi. Yeah, it sucked that I'd be in my brother's shadow the entire time, and I wouldn't really get as much recognition. But yo, low key, I'm fucking lit. And nobody gotta know that. It's like I'm aura farming. I'm like Piccolo in the fucking background, bro. You might be seeing the fit, and you might be thinking I'm mid, but low key, I'm the shit. Bars. Hold up. But no, for real. I probably like Luigi or Mario. I mean, Mario's cool and all, but like I feel like he's overrated, to be entirely honest. But to get stuff like Cappy in Super Mario Odyssey, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, probably Luigi. I don't know. There's not really too much. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion is kind of like a bigger deal, but I don't know. And these last two are by anonymous. I don't know. Two random people decided to help out with this, and I appreciate you, whoever you two random people are. Are you a pancake or waffle type of person? Parson? Someone said parson. I had a stroke. Are you a pancake or waffle type of person? It's an A or B type of question, so there is no C. I would assume so, knowing you've only given me two options. And if there was a C, I would say Belgian waffles with chicken. Shits are fucking lit. I would say pancake, but I really like waffles a bit more. Now you can fight me, and you can be like, "Oh, you're only saying that because it holds syrup in the things." I don't use syrup. Your fucking argument's invalid. I don't use syrup. Syrup's fucking sticky. It gets everywhere. And don't get me wrong, it's a nice flavor. But you get too much in one little area, it clogs your fucking throat and you can't breathe. Yeah. I don't know. But however, I will say this. If you go to McDonald's, you get yourself a McGriddle where it's syrup infused in it. Yeah, your shit's still going to be sticky. Of course, you're eating a syrupy biscuit. Of course. But however, oh god, it doesn't get everywhere, and it's beautiful, and it's perfect, and it has the right amount of flavor because you can't do it too much. You can't. But I will also go out to say waffles because I've had a chicken and waffle like biscuit with the syrup infused inside of it. Oh my! I could eat one of those right now. That shit sounds fucking amazing. So waffles, just because it's better, and there's like little grooves that you could put your fingers into if you have like a chicken sandwich, you know. Anyways, a last question by anonymous says, how's the weather looking like right now? Is it a walking in the forest type week, or is it stay at home because it's so hot type of week? I really haven't been leaving the house except for work, in which I did get off of overtime. So, I mean, I've been having to get up at like 5 p.m. I've been having to get up at like 4 p.m. and I don't get home till about like 6 a.m. So, I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, by the time I leave the house, it's kind of hot. It's about like 75 and up. It's just kind of hot. And then when I get home, it's about like cool 60, just enough that I like barely have to crank on the heater in the car. But it's kind of like a. By the time that I get home, it's so fucking foggy. It looks like I'm lost in what's that game? Silent Hill. So, I mean, it's a little bit of both, but I'd say it's mainly warm. Not anything too crazy. It's been hot a couple days here and there, but it's not anything too crazy. But we've also had a lot of rain and a lot of fog and mist and all that other shit. So it's half and half. But yeah, and that is all the questions for the Q&A. Thank you all for watching, for one, and for two. Let's go ahead and sit and talk just for a little bit. So, to go all the way back to the beginning, like 30 fucking minutes ago, when I mentioned something along the lines of maybe wanting to change my content. I have so many things I can do, and so many things I want to do, and I kind of want to start earning back for my efforts. Not saying that you guys' support isn't earning back. I love the support, do not get me wrong. Someone tells me that this is a good video, someone tells me that this is things that I can do, this is other things that I could try and do. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And I could not get more of that. I want to get more of that. I cannot get enough of it. That's what I meant to say. Whoops. But I want to earn back for what I do, because I feel like I put in a lot of effort, and a lot of people do enjoy my stuff. And I feel like I'm working hard enough. I should try and earn back a little bit. So here's what I'm going to try and plan doing. I'm trying to diversitize just a little bit. So I'm going to try streaming on Twitch every Wednesday as long as I do not have overtime for work. And with that, I'm going to try and do some challenges with like Five Nights at Freddy's and like speedrunning again. So what I have planned tomorrow, this Wednesday, which you guys may not already be there, but anyways, sometime next week I will be streaming again. Don't know what, so we're just going to do it off rip. We're just going to do it off the fly. I have a couple things written down on Discord, but besides from that, whatever happens, man. And I'm an affiliate, so I'm able to earn some ad revenue, which I do have my ads turned off. I'm not gonna lie, them shits are annoying. When I finally get somebody to chat and they're like, yeah, hey, what's up, man, what's up? Oh, I got hit with an ad. I don't want to be like, pay up and shut up, bruh. It's right there. I know you got the money. I'm not gonna sit there and make people fucking pay just so they can yap to me. I love company, and I love looking at chat, seeing a question while I'm doing something that's really fucking hard to do, and I love it. I love it. I love having a little community there, watching me play my video game and want to yap to me, because it's like 10 out of 10. Amazing. I love people watching my shit and want to live interact with me. But yeah, I just don't want people to get the ads mainly, more than anything else. So every Wednesday, I'm gonna try my best to stream some different things, some more challenges for like Security Breach. Like, I've never played Security Breach before at all. And Pine's been trying to like get me to do Security Breach bingo or GeoGuessr, whatever the fuck. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so sometime soon we're gonna do some more speedrunning stuff on Wednesdays and whatnot. And some of them will be put on the main channel. And if I don't feel like streaming through Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, whenever I get time off, I could do more main channel stuff. I've got like 2 videos in the works right now. One of them for another secret thingy that I will not be saying. But I'm just gonna say, you better check out the playlist to this channel and check out and see if I have any other channels that aren't any of my own that have been featured on here. Because, I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna say, give or take, about like 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, just keep an eye out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. The happy 5 years to YouTube. That's the same. And I will see you guys in the next video whenever I get it out. Bye, everybody.